A common theme in Umamusume is inspiration of past generations. In previous videos, we've covered the inspiration of Tokai Teo by Simbali Rudolph, a nod to real-life events and a source of motivation for Teo to try her absolute best. In doing so, Teo would inspire the main characters of Season 3, Kita-san Black and Satono Diamond.
Spoiler!
Though their stories will be saved for future videos to come, today I wanted to focus on a Season 1 fan favorite from the anime, one who inspired Special Week and became her closest friend. Once more, just like all Umas, this story is based on real-life events.
Guys, I already know that they were the Season 3 protagonists. I already knew that. What the fuck? I knew that already.
Once more, just like all Umas,
don't worry.
This story is based on real-life events. This is the story of Silent Suzuka, the runaway from another dimension who dominated the race.
No, you
course.
don't. Oh, you're right. I don't. Who are they again?
Silent Suzuka was born on May 1st, 1994, in the town of Biratori, Hokkaido. Just like our previous video with Tokai Teo, Silent Suzuka was a stallion with a legacy continued on from his sire. Suzuka's sire was Sunday Silence, an American racehorse who retired with a total of 10 races, with the lowest placement being second out of all of them.
Wow.
Interestingly, despite being a horse from the United States, Sunday Silence would find himself venturing to Japan. Several factors played a role in Sunday Silence's transfer to Japanese soil. At the time, Sunday Silence was named Horse of the Year in 1989 after winning the Kentucky Derby. Due to the dominating record of Sunday's career, it caught the attention of Zenga Yoshida, a prominent Japanese breeder who had already invested in Sunday Silence. Arthur Hancock III, the owner of the farm Sunday Silence was born on, was struggling with financial difficulties at the time. Due to this, and lack of interest from American breeders, Yoshida would claim ownership of Sunday Silence, taking him back to Japan. This wasn't to race Sunday, but instead to make him a breeding stud for future race horses. Low interest was also present in America due to an injury Sunday sustained following his retirement. Ironically, the same decorated horse who has met with skepticism from American breeders would lead to be one of the most successful sires for the future of Japanese horse racing. Silent Suzuka would debut on February 1st, 1997 in Kyoto. Suzuka would take first place in this race, catching the eye of spectators with his debut. This wasn't a normal victory that people would see from a maiden race, but instead a complete blowout. Silent Suzuka would win this 1600-meter race by 7 whole lengths, a dominating performance of speed on a turf.
So her being so far ahead of everyone that happens in real life too.
Course. Even from an early age, Suzuka showed promise on turf-based tracks. This race would make Silent Suzuka a fan favorite. However, unlike his maiden debut, the remainder of the year wouldn't be so impactful. Over the following races that Suzuka would participate in, ranging from March 2nd, 1997 to December 14th, 1997, we'd see Suzuka experience highs and lows of his racing career. Suzuka would only win 2 of the 8 following races, with the lowest placement being 15 at the Mile Championships in Kyoto. This, surprisingly enough...
Which race was it again that she got the injury on her leg?
...is all too common for Japanese racehorses. As I've stated in previous videos, the odds of a horse winning a race at all is already slim to begin with. Most horses don't even reach 10 total races in their career, let alone persevere past that point. Suzuka's 1997 race history has a multitude of factors that led to losing the race. In the Yayoi Show, Suzuka's second race, held on March 2nd, 1997, Suzuka would go under the gate before the race started, shaking the jockey and resulting in a low placement. After
Holy crap!
Suzuka's second race, held on March 2nd, 1997, Suzuka would go under the gate before the race started,
what happened?
Shaking the jockey and resulting in a low placement. After a sequence of 2 wins following the Yayoi Show, Suzuka's new aim would be the Tokyo Yushun, or the Japanese Derby. Unfortunately, Suzuka would once more fall short of victory, placing 9th overall.
Damn.
At Suzuka's following race, the Kobe Shimbunhai, he showed promise, hanging towards the front until the home stretch. This seeming victory would be thwarted by Matikane Fukukitaru, who would overtake Suzuka in the final spurt. In the 2 races that followed, Suzuka would change jockeys from Hiroyuki Uemura,
Suzuka saw his groom and got anxious and wanted to go over him. Oh wow.
Who'd been with Suzuka since his debut, to Hiroshi Kawachi. Hiroyuki would express his grievance with Suzuka failing to cooperate with his instructions. Over the course of... In the 2 races that followed, Suzuka would change jockeys from Hiroyuki Uemura, who'd been with Suzuka since his debut, to Hiroshi Kawachi. Hiroyuki would express his grievance with Suzuka failing to cooperate with his instructions. Over the course of multiple races, Suzuka would not respond well to his jockey's commands. This change will result in 2 more low placements for Suzuka.
Yeah.
Just
goes to show just how important the jockey is.
Hiroyuki, Kawachi also faced similar issues when trying to work with Suzuka as well. Silent Suzuka would prove to be difficult to work with for yet another jockey, resulting in another set of low placements in future races.
Oof.
These being the Autumn 10 No-Show and the Mile Championships held in 1997. In addition to the jockey's difficulty to cooperate with Suzuka, his racing style was also not yet refined as well. Silent Suzuka had an odd racing style where he'd advance to the front of the pack only to lose steam and fall behind as the race continued.
Runaway, yeah.
Following the string of defeats, Kawachi would be replaced by
Is it a stamina problem?
Yutaka Take, the jockey who, for all but one future race, would be by Suzuka's side as his racing... Following the string of defeats, Kawachi would be replaced by Yutaka Take, the jockey who, for all but one future race, would be by Suzuka's side as his racing career continued into 1998. This would be the point where Suzuka will go from an average racehorse to one of the greatest horses to ever emerge from Japan. In the anime, Silent Suzuka changes teams from Team Riel to Team Spica, a nod to the exchange of jockeys Suzuka would experience in his real career. In the anime, it is stated that Suzuka disobeyed orders by ignoring her instructions to conserve energy, causing a rift between the trainer and Uma. Another parallel between the anime and real-life events are the circumstances leading up to Suzuka's transfer. The jockey's previous to Take, reflected in Team Riel, would not understand how to fully harmonize with Silent Suzuka, leaving untapped potential yet to be seen. Suzuka's transfer to Yutaka Take, reflected in her transfer to Team Spica, would showcase the true potential that Silent Suzuka had, and the perseverance to bring out the absolute best of his racing capabilities. Season 1 of Umamusume highlights Suzuka's dominating maiden debut and the final 2 races of his career. These
Is that the race that we saw
being the
in the anime?
Ichiokan and the Autumn 10 No-Show in 1998.
Taki noticed after he ride in Hong Kong race.
In addition
Wasn't mentioned here, but actually Taki requested to be Suzuka jockey after he jockeyed Suzuka in Hong Kong.
to these 2 highlighted races, 1998 would prove to be a dominating year for Silent Suzuka. In the 5 previous races Suzuka participated in, he'd placed first in every single one. Not only this, but in addition to these dominating victories, 2 would be record-setting times. Suzuka's win streak in 1998 would also lead to a surge of interest in Japanese horse racing overall. The period in which...
So, is it even, like... So, did Silent Suzuka undergo, like, better training under this jockey? Or is it literally just the jockey was a really good fit for Silent Suzuka, that's why he started winning? Is it literally because of that? The jockey?
Suzuka raced would be dubbed as the golden age for race horses, with Suzuka being a major driving factor in revitalizing the popularity of the sport. Suzuka wasn't only winning races,
That's how important the compatibility is.
but doing so by a wide margin against his competitors. This would earn Suzuka the title of being the runaway from another dimension, and on May 30th, 1998, that title would prove fitting.
So
for Silent.
okay, so my thing is, she would just like, she would be, she would run really fast and run at the front at the beginning. But what did the other jockeys do to where Silent Suzuka would tire out at the end? Like, what would they do? They just keep holding him back, and then he would have to keep fighting the jockeys, and the jockeys just didn't get that you're just supposed to let her run. Kept fighting against Suzuka, wanting to go front. They wasted. If you have to fight more resistance. Yeah, you would. Okay.
And Suzuka. At this point, Suzuka remained.
Yeah, and the problem is with like trying to figure out what kind of race horse your horse is. Like, it's not like you can talk to them directly about like what kind of horse they want to be. You know what I'm saying?
An undefeated.
You can't just ask Suzuka, "Hey, do you want to be a runaway?" Like, it's like
race horse for 3 consecutive.
You kind of just have to pick up on things
in a row. These being the Valentine Stakes, Nakayama Kinen, and the Kokura.
They didn't like the front running strategy.
Suzuka would set a record time. Popularity for
I'll be honest, I'm not a big fan of the front running strategy either, because to me that's like it's like you're using more energy than you would need to. You know what I'm saying?
Suzuka had already skyrocketed,
But
resulting in high favor for Suzuka
some horses
to win
like
the
that.
upcoming G2 race. Despite Suzuka's popularity, the pool of horses he'd compete against were a very strong roster in their own regard. Suzuka would be put against multiple racehorses with winning streaks of their own, most notably Taiki Eldorado and Midnight Bet. For context, the Kinko show, the race Suzuka would participate in, had a record time of 2 minutes 1.4 seconds. This meant that in order to ensure victory, Suzuka would need to at least cross the finish line by the 2-minute mark. No one would expect just how much lower Suzuka would set this time. Suzuka's running style is a gamble in itself, a risky method that has a horse sprint at full speed right out of the gate. Utilization of this technique, dubbed as the runaway method, were used by horses who either dislike physical fights or had a
that is true. You do also have to like fight the other horses and kind of have to navigate
strong desire to run ahead of
and not hit anyone.
Pack. For Silent Suzuka, his reason would be the latter. Despite the risky horses who either dislike physical fights or had a strong desire to run ahead of the pack. For Silent Suzuka, his reason would be the latter. Despite the risky method, Suzuka remained at the front of the pack by a large margin. This race will result in Suzuka's final time being 1 minute and 57 seconds, with Midnight Bet, the second place recipient, clocking in a time of 1 minute and 59 seconds. Silent Suzuka has...
My thing is, like, how do you start figuring out what kind of racehorse your horse is?
A dominant...
Do you just, like, for one, like, when you, during practice, you kind of just sit on it, you just don't do anything and just see what it does?
Record time, beating Bet by distance,
and then you just take
with
notes?
The official documentation stating by 11 horse lengths. This victory would solidify Suzuka's 4th consecutive win in 1998. On July 12th of the same year, Suzuka would compete in the Takarazuka Kinen, a G1 race that would truly test Suzuka's fighting spirit. Up until
this is the one where...
Until this point in his career, Suzuka had yet to claim a victory in a G1 competition, with the previous 4 victories being either G2 or G3 races. This race would also prove difficult due to Take being unable to jockey Suzuka.
Oh, damn.
Originally, due to the distance of the Takarazuka Kinen, Silent Suzuka's handler would opt to not race him and instead plan to set the goal of winning the Autumn Tenno show later on in the year. Due to this, Take would instead jockey Air Groove for the Takarazuka Kinen. This was the plan, until
my god, he's cheating!
Sudden request of Suzuka's owner, he was suddenly registered for the G1 race. Due to the short time between registration and this was the plan, until by sudden request of Suzuka's owner, he was suddenly registered for the G1 race. Due to the short time between registration and the race day, Suzuka was paired with Katsumi Minai.
Okay, so if I've never piloted this horse before, what would be the game plan? Like, as a front runner, would you even just... Do you even need to do anything? Do you kind of just, like... Do you kind of just make sure it's running in the right direction? You kind of just, I don't know, smack it in the butt every now and then to get it started. But, like, I feel like if it... As a runaway, it kind of just does its own thing. You know what I'm saying?
Quickly circulated due to Suzuka's history of previous handlers, and if he'd be able to squeeze a victory with Katsumi as his jockey.
I would be very hands-off if I was a sudden jockey for the Silent Suzuka.
Luckily for Suzuka,
and I'm sure that he asked, like, the other jockeys and Take for advice on how to...
Katsumi was a well-seasoned jockey who had worked with multiple famous racehorses.
Keep the horse in the mood to keep running.
Most
yeah, you can do it. It's like in the horse's ears.
Notably, Tamamo Cross and Oguri Cap. Even with the new jockey,
it just gasses out.
Suzuka
I guess,
would manage to claim a victory for his 5th consecutive.
Let me see here.
Multiple famous racehorses. Most notably, Tamamo Cross and Oguri Cap. Even with the new jockey, Suzuka would manage to claim a victory for his 5th consecutive race in a row. Katsumi had later recounted that it was as if the horse ran on his own. The harmonization between jockey and racehorse was clearly present, and Katsumi highly rated Suzuka's overall capabilities on the racetrack. By this point, Suzuka was able to control his pace much more effectively, reducing the probability of running out of stamina mid-race. Suzuka would instead sprint at high speed right out of the gate, slow down and regain stamina midway through, and spurt on the final straight. With this being the final
So go ham beginning, slow down a little bit in the middle, and then go ham again at the end. Okay.
G1 victory for Katsumi
Makes sense.
Minai, he retired shortly after
I was just under the impression they would run full speed the entire time.
the Takarazuka Kinen, aiding Suzuka to maintain his chain of first place finishes. Following the Takarazuka Kinen, Suzuka would participate in the Mainichi Crown, as stated previously, a race that was showcased in Umamusume Season 1. Silent Suzuka will be put once more against a set of strong
Oh yeah, I remember this one.
competitors.
That would almost always end up. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, that cannot be the only strategy.
In this race, most notably, Grass Wonder and El Condor Pasa. This race was broadcasted to over 130,000 people, despite it being
Yeah, I
a
remember this
G2
one.
race. As personified in the anime, Silent Suzuka would once more show clear domination in this race.
That's what made Suzuka so insane, because unlike other runways, Suzuka could maintain top speed for the whole race. That's why he was the double. Yeah.
Beating both Grass Wonder and El Condor Pasa by a decent margin. In post-interviews held with Pasa's jockey, he would state that it was as if he couldn't even step on Suzuka's shadow, showcasing the sheer strength that Suzuka had to maintain a lead over strong competitors. This victory would mark Suzuka's 6th consecutive win in 1998, but would have much deeper meaning to Japanese horse racing. At the time, there was an order in place to protect Japan's domestic horse racing industry. A rule had been established preventing foreign imported horses from participating in G1 races.
That's El Condor Pasa.
This was to avoid the now common practice of purchasing overseas horses for a cheap price that displayed strong pedigrees and racing potential. Both El Condor Pasa and Grass Wonder were product of this practice. The
Damn.
fear was present that with an influx of foreign horses,
Wait, so they're... Yeah, okay.
Wonder were product of this practice. The
So they're bred horses from other countries.
fear was present that with an influx of foreign horses, the reputation of Japanese ranches would plummet, as well as the training methods native to the Japanese people. Silent Suzuka would shatter these notions with his
So Take became a very good jockey after Silent Suzuka. Okay.
dominating victory at the Mainichi Okan, proving once more that horses born and raised in Japan could very well be fierce competitors in their own regard. This victory would serve as an opportunity to lift the ban on foreign horses participating in G1 races. Silent Suzuka's career was at an all-time high, but unfortunately, this would be where his luck would run out. With a staggering growth in popularity and thousands of adoring fans, Silent Suzuka will participate in the Autumn 10 No Show.
Ugh.
Suzuka had previously participated in the Autumn 10 No Show a year prior. However, he had an unremarkable placement, finishing 6th overall. This time, Yutaka Take and Suzuka went into the race with high spirits, ready to show the audience yet another dominating victory. This would mark Suzuka's 7th consecutive win overall if he were to place first in this race. At the start of the race, as the anime and real footage showcased, Suzuka wasn't only in the lead, but was in the lead by an incredibly large margin. The JRA race footage shows that Suzuka was so far in front of the pack that even a wide shot of all the competitors could barely capture Suzuka's staggering lead. This was met with cheers for Suzuka to set yet another dominant victory once more. However, as Suzuka continued to run, everything suddenly changed.
Yeah.
Suzuka began to decelerate,
Oh.
slowly grinding to a halt as his competitors passed him. In the anime, Suzuka also runs irregularly, as if she lost her balance and tempo. Mid-race, Suzuka had fractured his left front leg, rendering him unable to finish the race. An injury mid-race can be dangerous for both the horse and their jockey. An example of this would be Reischauer's mid-fracture causing his jockey, Matoba, to sustain injury with the fall.
What?
Suzuka,
Oh, I got spoiled.
despite being injured, didn't topple and fall, but instead, as Take describes, it was as if Suzuka had attempted to protect him, trying all he could to not cause Take injury with a high-speed tumble. Race records for Suzuka show that he did not
Not
finish
really?
this
Okay,
race,
okay, that's good.
and instead was transported off the racetrack for further examination. Later analysis of this footage revealed that this injury could have been avoided. It seemed as though Suzuka had run faster than his body could handle,
Yeah.
and the repeated stress on his leg finally gave way.
Yeah.
In the anime, we see Silent Suzuka
Yeah, they briefly mentioned that in the anime, yeah.
begin
I don't think that I don't remember them going specifically too in deep with it. They just treat it as like a really sad injury.
recover from these injuries and eventually return to the track once again. But this is all to pay respect to Silent Suzuka's legacy. It's common belief that horses will rebel and buckle if they feel threatened, or accelerate irregularly if their jockeys can't control them. This, however, was not the case for Suzuka. Take and Suzuka had an extensive history together, and encountered little to no conflict when on the racecourse. Even recounts from Take reveal that Suzuka didn't show any signs of irregularity in behavior, he just accelerated on his own. This led many to believe that Suzuka simply wanted to see how fast he could go, which, once more, is clearly personified in Umamusume.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, at the age of 4 years old, Silent Suzuka, due to his injury in the Autumn 10 no-show, would be euthanized, ending a career with an undefeated year of racing. Silent Suzuka, due to his injury in the Autumn 10 no-show, would be euthanized.
What is that? Okay. My English. Euthanize meaning. To subject to euthanasia. Wow! Thanks, search! Oh my god. I looked up euthanize meaning and they said to subject to euthanasia. What the fuck does that mean? Merriam-Webster. Euthanizing birds. Kill. Oh, death. Oh! What? They didn't do that in the anime. It makes sense why they didn't do that in the anime, but they killed her. They killed him. What? Why? They couldn't just retire him and he just, chill in a stable for the rest of his life? They had to put him down? So he would be injuries too suffering if they Okay, well, I'm going to need more context to that because I get it, but with proper recovery and healing, I can't imagine. Okay, I guess it was just that bad. Okay. I'm just not going to say anything. I have no...
In Umamusume,
horse injuries are serious, yeah.
Unfortunately,
especially since they stand up the whole time.
At the age of 4 years old, Silent Suzuka, due to his injury
Horse
in
would
the
just suffer. That sucks, man. Damn.
Autumn 10 no-show, would be euthanized, ending a career with an undefeated year of racing. Unsurprisingly, this event came as a major shock to fans of Japanese horse racing. A Fuji TV announcer's phrase, "the Sunday of Silence," would become the symbol of this tragedy. The Autumn 10 no-show would take place on November 1st, 1990.
So there was no happy ending in real life for this. There was a happy ending in the anime, and Silent Suzuka went over to America. But I wonder if her going to America was kind of just the anime's way of kind of pushing her out of the main cast while, not saying that she died.
98. Which fell on a Sunday.
Ah, it was. Okay, so her going to America was just basically her dying. That sucks.
Okay. This phrase, "the Sunday of Silence," would pay respects to the day of Suzuka's passing, and also the legacy.
So hoping to see Suzuka's children and grandchildren?
Being an offspring of Sunday silence. To many, Suzuka's abrupt would pay respects to the day of Suzuka's passing, and also the legacy that he came from, being an offspring of Sunday silence. To many, Suzuka's abrupt death was one of the biggest what-ifs in horse racing history. Suzuka had finally found a style which suited him, a jockey who he trusted dearly, and had gained the adoration of thousands. All these achievements alongside the prospect of even more wins snuffed out in an instant. Umamusume did a great job with showcasing Suzuka's legacy in the anime. As mentioned earlier, instead of simply writing Suzuka out of the series, she instead remains a motivator for Special Week and the rest of Team Spica. Umamusume tends to shy away from creating scenarios that didn't occur in real-life records, but instead aim to honor the legacy that was left behind by racehorses who met an abrupt end. Silent Suzuka and Rice Shower are both examples of this. Although they still
God damn it.
exist in the series, their stories have ended long ago. A touching legacy hidden in the anime, especially
now I know what happens to Rice Shower
and Suzuka's friendship. This is a nod to Take's following race in the Autumn 10 no-show, where alongside Special Week, Take would bring home a first-place finish a year after Suzuka's tragic incident.
I can't imagine getting back into racing. Did he go straight back into racing after Suzuka got euthanized, or did he have to take like a couple month break or something? I wouldn't be able to race after that, dude. Imagine doing that. Imagine doing that, and imagine having your beloved horse euthanized, and then you have to race tomorrow.
A touching legacy displayed by a tight bond that these two...
His answer was, in an interview, Taki was asked who the strongest horse he's ever jockeyed was. The answer was Deep Impact. Okay, obviously. And Silent Suzuka, that was the opinion of the best jockey. Okay. I mean, yeah, Deep Impact is the best, probably Japanese horse of all time. But, yeah, we're not going to see that in Umamusume.
Uma share while training in Tracen Academy. Suzuka's legacy is also highlighted in Umamusume Pretty Derby, where the final race in her career before the Ura finale is the Autumn Tenno show, giving players a chance to allow her to finish a race that she never would.
Damn.
The impact of Suzuka's death hit people incredibly hard. A recount from Junko Hosoe, a race commentator who also appears in Umamusume, states that people flooded the phone lines of the JR.
Oh my gosh, she looks exactly like the anime character.
Who also appears in Umamusume, states that people flooded the phone lines of the...
She looks better than the anime character.
The JRA Tokyo racecourse, all inquiring if Suzuka was okay. Amazingly, the JRA did not turn these callers away. The internet wasn't as widespread at this time, so instead, the JRA spent the entire day relaying Suzuka's situation to concerned fans, urging them to...
I like that straightforwardness. Yeah, the internet was not like internet now, where if you say anything about your personal life in the internet, like that's probably not a good idea. That's why they always got to do the fake PR announcements and stuff. But back in the day, they can just be real with you. I appreciate that.
Entire day relaying Suzuka's situation to concerned fans, urging them to pray for Suzuka's swift recovery. Suzuka's passing also led to the creation of memorials and even a dedicated song to honor him. This song is entitled Tenma no Yoni, like a Pegasus. Today, fans of Suzuka can visit the Chukyo racecourse to honor and pay respects to his legacy, a racehorse who redefined Japanese horse racing and left behind a string of triumphant victories, personified in Umamusume by a diligent Uma with a deep compassion for her friends and a drive to always give it her all.
Jesus Christ, man.
This was the story of Silent Suzuka, a career which ended abruptly, but will leave behind a legacy that would inspire future generations to come.
Oh my god.
Who should I cover next in this series?
Man, what the hell? I didn't know she died. That sucks, man.